In this tutorial, I want to show you how to generate screenshots of your Flutter app automatically on multiple devices, like from small Android screens like Nexus, small Android devices like Nexus F to big iPads like iPad Pro. This can be quite useful when you need to find issues like overflows, when your UI just looks ugly and not right. This is educational tutorial, so we won't use any external libraries or tools. We will just write everything from scratch using only Flutter SDK and dark language scripts. So let's get started. Here is our app. It's quite simple. This is onboarding. It has only UI implemented, so there is no logic, no validation, no API requests. Here's how it looks like. This is our main screen, and this is our profile page. So now we want to test all this on multiple devices. I'll show how I'll do this with Google, etc. So let's first try to Google Flutter testing and see what Flutter tells us. Because in order to do this, what we need to achieve is to be able to navigate through these screens automatically, because we won't click it through by ourselves. So testing Flutter apps, integration tests is what we need, and here is a recipe and introduction to integration testing. It's useful for following. This recipe uses the following steps. We already have our app, so add integration test dependency, create test files, write an integration test, run the integration test. What I want to start with is just very simple automated test when we have this screen, and then we just click continue with email. Oh, wait, not this screen probably. Let's restart our app. We have this screen, so when our application starts and we click get started. And this should be done automatically, executed via test. Let's see how we can do it. Add integration test dependency. That's simple. Done. Create test files. So create new directory integration test. And let's create an empty app test.dart file. Yep, seems right. Write the integration test. Involves 3 steps: initialize, singleton service that execute test on physical devices, interact, test widgets, test importers, areas. Let's just copy this and see what's happened here. So we don't have counter app. Our app called task is dev. Task is dev. This is fixed. End-to-end test. And now what's going on here? So widget tests. Let's call this onboarding UI test. And then we call main. Okay. Pump and settle. And we don't really need these things. So actually, no, we don't need to expect and find text with 0. But what we need is to click on the button, remember? So we need to, let's see how it's called, get started. Tester tab. Find the floating action button to tap on, emulate a tap on the floating action button. Okay. And verify we don't need this. trigger frame. Let's try to find text. Okay, yeah, we have this method, so let's find get started. And then we can tap on this find. And it's not floating action button, so let's just simplify this. Now let's see how to run the integration test. The process of running the integration test arrives. Mobile web. We are using only mobile app, so this is an app only for Android and iOS, so we won't really need web. What this means is that we can try just Flutter test. Let's open our terminal and do Flutter test. Okay, as you saw, something happened, but it was super quick, so we need to probably add some delay to make sure that it worked correctly. So this is not useful for us anymore. Now let's Google how to add delay. So Flutter integration tests delay. You can use await future delayed. Let's try this. Duration. Let's wait for 5 seconds. Yep, seems like it works. So what we have to do next? So we have our basic scenario of click and navigate into the next screen. What I think is a good idea to do is to make sure that it works not only on iPhone but on Android as well, without any issues. Let's launch Nexus 6P and let's close our simulator for now. I usually prefer to test on both iOS and Android just to make sure that everything works correctly. Let's try to run our integration test Android. Click and wait for 5 seconds. Done. It works. I'd say next step is to see how we can save screenshot from each of these screens. Let's go to Google and Google Flutter integration test screenshot. Here is an article about this blog post, so from Flutter 5.0. So we already did this introduction. Now there is replace your test driver, but we don't have our test driver, so let's probably create it. So it's test driver integration test driver integration test .dart, and let's try to copy paste this. A screenshot, okay. So logic here is pretty simple. Seems like we have just screenshot name and screenshot bytes and callback, and then we just write this into screenshots directory, and we create recursive true, write as byte sync, and return true. Okay. Go to your integration test, up test, and add. Okay. To your test, add await take screenshot. Let's take the screenshot of before waiting. Let's see. Okay, test screenshot. Okay. If you run your test on Android device, you must also add convert function before. Okay, let's do this. Helper function finally look like this. Conclusion. Okay, we don't need this. Let's run our test. So basically what it says is that it should find text, get started, convert Flutter surface to images, adjust the Flutter framework function, take screenshot, and something failed. Let's see. Text ordinance into failed assertion. Debug initialized type is not true. Okay, not sure what this means, but let's try to go it. Okay, where is the problem? So building integration test of test 7. Okay, so it's here. This is a real life tutorial, so you can see how it's going on in real life. This line. Actually, ensure initialized returns the instance of integration test widget Flutter binding as well. So What I'd say we can try is just to because based on this logic, we don't need to create the instance separately. Okay, let's try this. And now it works. Surprise, surprise. Now let's try to find our test screenshot. And for some reason there is no test screenshot. Flutter test, integration test, app test. Okay, so we run our test like Flutter test, but the problem is that we have our custom test driver, so we need to run a different command, so flutter drive. Let's try this one. The only thing is that our target should be app test, not screenshot test. App test.dart. And as you can see, now we have screenshots, test screenshot. And that's cool. What should we do next? So my idea is that each device should have screenshots in a separate directory with device name, and then each screenshot should be named as device as well. So we can then put it in Figma, and each file, each screenshot will have device's name. So you can easily identify from which device the screenshot was taken. What it means is that we can probably change this screenshot name, and we just create a file with recursive true and we pass screenshot name. Take screenshot. What if we do something like Nexus 6P and we add a slash here? Because as you can see, this is the path. It's screenshot slash screenshot name. So if we pass something like this, our final path should be screenshots Nexus 6P screenshots.png, and we create our directories in a recursive mode. So let's just try this and see if it will work. So now we need to see our test screenshot in Nexus 6P directory. Let's remove screenshots for now and run this again. So screenshots, And as you can see, it's Nexus 6P and it worked. Screenshots, Nexus 6P, test screenshot. Nice. What I'd say we should do next is just to create the path of the screens. So we are starting here on our splash screen. And then we click Get Started. And then we click Continue with email. Continue with email, sign up. Next, next. And then we click username, user pick, sorry. Let's try to implement this now. So we want to do this again. So this would be Nexus 6P1. And we don't need to pass .pg because we already have it. And this could be true. So we open our app. And actually we need to take screenshot of this screen as well. So let's add this one as one, two, three. And this is our first splash screen. This is Get Started. And here we need to click Continue with email. And we don't need our delay anymore. Done. Obviously, it's not very optimal code. We will optimize this later. Let's just make sure it works first. Okay. Integration test seems like it's some different code. So Flutter test. Okay, what was Flutter drive? And okay, and something is wrong. So we have this exception, bad state call for taking a screenshot. Oh, yeah, okay, so we have a take screenshot here, but this should be called first. We already see a pattern here. We can move this to a function, but I want to make sure everything is working perfectly first and then do this. Okay, it was fast, and we have another issue. The following assertion was fallen. So surface already converted to an image. So seems like it's some problem with this call. Let's see what's convert surface to an image, and it's not very useful. Convert it to an image. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So convert Flutter surface to image. Okay, platform is not Android. Just return. Okay, so as you can see from this code, is surface rendered set up to true, and then here we check that it's not true. So it seems like convert Flutter surface to image need to be called only once, and we call it like big for each screenshot. So let's just remove this and try again. And we have another exception. The following assertion was thrown running a test. Find 0 widgets with text continue with email. Continue with email. But we have, oh, it's continue with email like this. Okay, let's try again. Now all tests passed, which is great. Let's check our screenshots. And I'm not sure why we have this empty screen here. Seems like, Let's just give Flutter some more time to load our assets. Let's say 5 seconds and see if it's gonna help or not. Let's remove this for now, screenshots. No, it didn't help. Oh, so we call this pump and settle. Maybe let's wait right before taking the screenshot. Okay, and now we have our 3 images, 3 screenshots. Nice. Now let's try to finish every other screen. So we have our splash screen, continue with email, and we have this continue with email again. So we need to click continue with email again. And this is number 4. Here we need to click sign up. And here we need to click next and done. Let's just copy and paste this for now. Next, done. Here we need to click an image. So let's see how we can find this image. Find by icon key subtype tooltip. Let's just try find by widget image. Okay, so and what we need for this, we need image provider. So let's go to our code and find this place and see how we can find this. So this is our dashboard, and we just display image from assets from now. So assets avatar PNG. So what we can do is asset image bundle image provider asset image. And just to make sure it works, let's, or actually we will see this on a screenshot, so it doesn't matter. So we click get started, then we click continue with email, sign up, continue with email, sign up, next, done, and then image. Let's just check screenshots, 7, 8, yes, done. Let's run it. Okay, and we have an issue here, so what's the problem? The following assertion was slower to find. Sign up. Okay, and text sign up. Okay, so we have a title called sign up, and we have a button sign up as well, so, and that's a problem. So let's see what other options we have here. Text containing widget with text. So this is elevated button, and this is text, so we can elevate button. Okay, let's go to this part of code. I always forget how it's called. Onboarding, sign up, elevated button. So elevated button, and text is still sign up. Okay, let's run this one. And we have our screenshots. What should we do next? Let's test this on iOS. So close this one. simulator. Okay. And our device name is not Nexus 6P anymore. So at this moment, I want to see how we can pass device name into our tests. Let's try to do this. So it's integration test. So let's Google something like Flutter pass environment. How to use environment variables in Flutter. Keys. Okay, so there is Dart define. This is how you can pass different environment variables to scripts. Dart define Flutter. Dart define. Okay, let's test this. So what we will call our variable device name, and let's just say we will do Dart define device name equal iPhone 14 Max. Now we need to get this and make sure it works. So let's print this. Device name. If we run this test, in theory we should get iPhone 14 Max in our logs. And we have an exception here, and don't see. I'm not sure actually if print works here. Let's just say device name. I don't need const here. Device name. Let's just replace this with device name. Okay. Now the problem is that we have some kind of exception. Let's try to deal with it. Missing plugin implementation. Method capture screen on channel. Okay. Google is our best friend. So it seems like this is exactly the issue we are getting. Okay, let's go here. This is exactly what we are doing. Flutter Drive. Usually I just look for some comment with most emojis. As we can see, it's still open bug, so it still exists. Okay, seems like we need to update Flutter sources, at least for integration tests, and we need to update the way we register our plugins. Thank you to this guy, there is a script for this. Let's try it out. So I'll create a special directory called scripts. And let's fix screenshot .sh. Let's try to run the script now. Before this, we need to make it executable. Scripts fix. Okay, now let's try to run our test again. And now it works. And we also have our iPhone 14 Max. It's still named like Nexus 6P here, but we'll fix it now. And we have a problem. So I will find out. So all these screenshots are fine, but right here we have this. We see half of the screen, or maybe like 20% of the previous screen and the new one. Let's try to run our test again and see what can be the reason for this. So we run our script, we wait. Okay, as you can see, it all happens very fast, and there is a native iOS animation when you navigate from one screen to another. I guess this can be an issue. So to fix this, I think the most easy way just to add 1 second delay right before taking the screenshot, so we can make sure that animation is finished. Yep. And let's also fix our device name. Okay, let's run it again. So we wait for 5 seconds here. Now it's way slower. But let's check our screenshots. Okay, now it's way better. I think it's time to clean up our code a little bit. So let's see if we have very repeating patterns here. So we call main once, convert to Flutter surface just once. We wait for the frame, pump and settle. So this is obviously a very repeating thing. Let's create a file called helpers. Create some function called tap and take screenshot. I'd say this should be fine. Tap and take screenshot. Now what we need here? Okay, we need binding. We need tester. We need. Okay, let's add types. So this is correction test. Tester is what widget tester. Now we can see the type of what tab function is expecting. So it's finder, 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 and we need device name, and we probably need something like screenshot name. Okay, finder and duration. Let's leave it here. So screenshot name. Actually, I don't really like how it's hard-coded here, so let's add delay duration, and we just make it optional. Duration. Okay, it's better. Now we can all replace this with tap and take screenshot. So tap and take screenshot, and we need to wait for it. So binding tester, this one, and this one. I don't like how this string looks like, so let's maybe change this to named parameter, but we make it required. So now at least it's obvious what the string means. And what's the problem here? Screenshot name, screenshots name, screenshot name, screenshot name. fails. Wait. Okay, fixed. So this one is done. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can just update our top targets. Start, continue with email. I'm confused now, sorry guys. So it's get started, then continue with email. Continue with email again. Okay. And then it's sign up. And then it's next and done. Okay, next. And you can probably optimize generating the screenshot names as well, but for now I think it's fine. 4, 5, 6. No, it's not right. Okay, we have our first one here. So it's 4, 6. Okay. Let's remove our screenshots directory and try it again. Okay, we have all our screenshots right here. Perfect. What we have to do now is to make sure that we can launch different devices simulators from our script, and then we can run tests on this device, and we can launch another one. So right now everything is working just on one device. What we should do next, let's think about it. I'd say let's create a script like generate screenshots, generates screen, or multiple devices test. Let's just call it run tests dot. So I think what we need to do first. First we need to launch tests simulator. But before this, we need to simulator, and then we launch testing, and that's it. Sounds simple. we need to get list of simulators as well. So what I would start with for now, okay, this helped me. I just want to start simulator from command line and run test on this simulator and then close the simulator. I will start with iOS and try to automate everything for iOS devices, and then I'll do the same for Android. So we can do like void main, and yeah, and let's print something like tests, and make sure we can launch this without scripts. Run tests. Okay, it's working. Let's see how we can launch our simulator from, how we can control our simulator from command line. Our simulator command line. And these are some nice blog posts how you can do it. So listing all available simulators. Let's try it. Seems like it's the list of all our devices. And create, we don't need create, shut down, erase it. Okay, let's try to shut down this device. So it's ID of the device now. And as we can see, iPhone 14 Pro Max, we can copy this and, oh no, so it's not like this. Okay, seems like it works. And what about boot? Boot is simple. Okay, so it was very easy. Let's do this via our script. So in order to run a command from a script, we can use process run, and we need to pass the executable and our parameters. So it's xrun, a list of params. And let's obviously wait for it. So let's run our simulator. Let's boot. Let's wait for a couple of seconds and just shut it down. So await future delete seconds. And shut down. Okay, let's try it. Okay, here is it. And now it's shut down. Let's do. It started. We waited for seconds and it's shut down. Okay, great. So as a next step, what we need to do is we need to run our integration tests like we are doing here. So Flutter drive. My goal here is just to start simulator, automatically run our test to generate screenshots, and then shut the simulator down. For now, we hard-code all the IDs. We will parse this automatically later, and we will add Android later as well. Let's go step by step. We can just copy this and source drive. We select pass driver. And we define our device name. So seems like that's it. Let's just remove our screenshots directory. And let's also what we're doing. So we are starting simulator, running tests, and shutting down simulator. Okay, so we started the simulator. We are trying to run our tests, and we are waiting for the results. Okay. Here are our screenshots. And we have an empty screen problem again. I'd say we can just add a little bit more time here, like maybe 7 seconds. So what we need to do next? Next, I'd say we need to try to start each of these devices one by one and run tests on all of them. Maybe not all of them, maybe we need to add some filter to filter devices like iPad mini if you don't want to run tests on them. I'll take a short break and we will continue.